Test one, two, three. Okay. Good morning, Capital University College of Maritime Education. Cadets, may I remind everybody, to those who are on the stream now in the YouTube live link, to please call on everyone because our event, our convocation will start via shortly. There will be an attendance to be filled. It will be in our year level classroom, and reminding everyone for our reflection paper. It will be handwritten and the instructions will be through our classroom by our respective instructor. Time check, it's already 0901 hours. Reminders for the attendance and reflection. The attendance will be signed through our year level classrooms. Once again, reminders for those cadets who are streaming on this online YouTube live link to please call on everyone for to view our convocation live, as we will have attendance and reflection paper to be signed. It will be handwritten. Once again, it will be handwritten to be submitted, and the instructions will be given by our respective instructors. Once again, the attendance will be signed through year-level classrooms. Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check test 1 2 3. Okay. Good morning once again. Capital University College of Maritime Education. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CME Convocation via YouTube Live. Before we start, may we acknowledge the presence of our speakers, instructors, and most of all, to our ever-supportive Dean, Second Mate Mark Anthony Badyang. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Formally start our program, may we refer to the presentation. Yes, sir. Good morning once again, sir. To formally start our program, may we refer to the presentation for our opening prayer, the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Our program has officially started. Once again, good morning, Capital University, College of Maritime Education. I welcome you to our CME Convocation via YouTube Live. In this juncture, to open us with his warm regards, may we call on Dr. Romeo B. Mendoza Jr., our College of Maritime Education Student Body Organization Coordinator, for his opening remarks. Sir?
Thank you, Dale Dan, Adapt, our MC, to our university officials, our university president, Attorney Casimiro Juarez Jr., the executive vice president, Dr. Fe R. Juarez, the vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Amor Q. De Torres, our vice president for administration, Dr. Franco C. Flores, our CME Dean, Second Mate Mark Anthony Bajang, our department heads, Chief Engineer Romeo Yakapin, and Chief Mate Seferino Rama, our CME instructors and staff, the CME SBO officers headed by the SBO President Cadet Captain Maurice Anthony Mumar, our CME cadets who are joining us via YouTube Live, to our resource speakers, Captain James Michael Lumontod, Second Mate Lovely Sahilan, and Third Mate Casey Abigail, invited guests, friends, a pleasant day to all. Welcome to this Maritime Convocation of the College of Maritime Education. Filipinos are well known globally for their values. This includes the love of country, God, and family, diligence, and hard work. Modern Filipino values serves as their guide not only on their performance in rendering direct service, they also added that is an important to be fueled by modern Filipino values. Because as a person, it serves as our mirror of personality. Values make people decide of what is best. According to a study published by IDA Jetro, or the Institute of Developing Economics, Japan Internal Trade Organization, or JETRO, in 2018, the Philippines is the largest supplier of seafarers. It plays an important role in the supply uh, of seafarers, which are the foundation of global logistics, although has been driven by the rise of China in the recent years. The study also shows that the seafarers' development and protection in international shipping using the case of the Philippines. Specifically, it analyzes how the Philippines has changed its policies and laws concerning seafaring training, overseas and employment support, and legal protection while responding to the changes in the global seafarer labor market. Also, an article posted in the Manila Times in June 14, 2015, Filipino women navigate male-dominated world of seafaring. The article also shows that women are increasing in the seafaring profession from 1983 to 1990 to 2006, a study by the International Maritime Organization. Today, we shall witness how men and women in the seafaring career share their experience while performing their maritime profession. On my parting words, again, as Capital University celebrates her 50th founding anniversary, we joined this long year theme: celebrate, appreciate, and inspire. May this webinar lead us to more gain, but not only for the theories and concepts learned in classroom, but compasses the experience as well as the creative and the innovative application of the real world situation and solving real world problems, as what the university president in his message. Again, welcome to this webinar. Thank you and good morning.
A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Dr. Romeo B. Mendoza Jr., for that very welcoming message, sir. Indeed, Filipinos are globally recognized as hardworking people. Thank you so much once again, sir. This morning, as we have all known, our convocation has three special guest speakers. Let me introduce to you the following special guest for this morning's program. First, let us welcome Third Officer Casey Abigail Chin, licensed OIC NW, a crude oil tanker vessel officer, a lieutenant of PCGA, or Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary of 109th Squadron, and most of all, a Capital University alumna. Let us all welcome Third Officer Casey Abigail Chin with a round of applause, please. Next, also known as one of the beauty of the sea, let us welcome Second Officer Lovely Sahilan. She has a sea experience of 1 year as a third officer and 3 years as second officer. She graduated in the year 2013 as Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation. Once again, we welcome second mate Lovely Sahilan with a round of applause, please. And last, but never the least, one of the most important speaker for this morning. His presence today is one of the most awaited of them all. He holds various certifications and awards. He is a licensed captain and is actively going on board vessels. He is a current College of Maritime Education instructor or CME instructor, and he is one of the most favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome with a round of applause Captain James Michael Lumuntod. Thank you. This part of the program, may we please refer to the presentation as we witness a very informative video about life at sea.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. It's Katie, and you're watching Never single means my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and touch the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a video. For today's episode, I am going to give you a glimpse of my life here out at sea as a female seafarer. I kickstart my day by taking care of my personal hygiene. The first 20 minutes will be all about self-care, and the next few minutes will be spent on bridge by taking over the watch from the second officer. My watch schedules are from 0400 to 0800 and 1600 to 2000, both at sea and in port. After taking over the watch from the second officer and signing the master's night standing order, it is time to carry on with the navigational watch. And no wait, before anything else, it is time to drink our favorite morning fix. Because nothing beats the smell of a freshly brewed coffee in the morning. And I also don't forget to say a little prayer and ask God for guidance. And so let us go back to work. During my watch, I ensure that I navigate the vessel safely at my capacity as a deck officer. I may not be the best deck officer here out at sea, but I try to give my best in everything that I do. And make sure that I don't fall short. Because life at sea, every day is always a new adventure. And every day is a new chance to be better. At 0800, it is time to hand over the watch to the next duty officer. We're back again in the galley, and it's time for me to cook my breakfast. So every day I come here in the galley to cook fried eggs, na lagi kong kinakain every day. Kahit naguguluhan na sa akin si Chip Cook, okay pa din sa kanya. Ito na lang sa kain niya ako sa galley na lagi sinasabi, okay lang yan. Kahit ako nandito dito sa galley, lagi nilang sinasabi, okay lang yan. Okay tayo. Paano? Okay tayo. Okay tayo. So guys, join me as I cook my breakfast. What is this? Yours, Steve? Chicken.
Chicken with wiggle.
Chicken wiggle. So let's eat chicken wiggle. I don't know what is this, but I call it octopus sizzling stick. Sizzling octopus. By the way, not many of you know this, but I actually know how to cook. And since it's Sunday, I decided to spend my time in the galley to cook.
Tama mo ng ginagawa mo.
Gumagawa ko ng
Nice talaga.
correct sa mga fruit. Because it's happy Sunday. Eto, it's a tea cup.
Sa greenies kasi yan eh. Lagyan mo na ng cheese.
And on weekdays, I have to do an overtime from 0900 to 11:30 hours. And every day except Sundays, I have to report to the chief officer. It is necessary that I discuss to him the jobs that I plan to do during my overtime hours. So overtime na kami. Sila, galing pa sila sa deck.
Kasi ro namin na ano eh. Yung boxer
So, katapos na natin i-meet up sa chief officer para sabihin kung ano yung magiging scheduled job natin for today. So, it's time for us to work. So guys, we're all set, and it's time for me to go. I'm done right now and do my overtime. So I will not be taking you along with me because it's prohibited to bring cell phones to deck, let alone take videos while you are working in deck because it's very unsafe. So after 2 hours, I'll be back again, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Nandito sa hospital karon. Sarahan ang ano, Mining?
Kanta si expert no?
Ha? So masipag ko? Sana all. The best part of the week is during Sundays when the vessel is out at sea. After my morning watch, I have the next 8 hours to spend on my own free will without having to worry about overtime. I usually pamper myself by painting my own nails, scrubbing my always tired feet, and watch a good movie that I downloaded from the Netflix. And Sundays are also meant for cleaning the cabin and doing the laundry. If I get a little extra, I take time to practice some dance move and sing along to my favorite country songs. Honestly, life on board can be a little lonely, but life at sea is never boring for those who know how to have fun. And I believe the only way to ease the tiresome and lonesome day is by talking to your loved ones. And by thanking God for the gift of life and for the strength to carry on with your daily tasks on board. To all of the unsung heroes of the high seas, may we always find happiness wherever we may be, and may we all achieve the desires of our hearts. Jai Mata Di, God bless us all. So that's it. Thanks again for joining me, guys. This is your Casey, and you're still watching Very TV. I hope that you will still continue to support me, and I hope that you will still continue to watch my live at sea adventure episodes. Thank all of you guys because we have finally reached 3,000 subscribers. I know it's not that much, but small growth is still a growth, correct? Tama yun. So, I will see you again in my next vlog, guys. And for those of you who are still not subscribed to my channel yet, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and tap the notification bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. Ciao!
A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Technical, for that presentation. I invite everyone to please subscribe to Third Officer Casey Abigail Chin. Her vlog in YouTube is KCC Fair TV. She also has Facebook pages that we may subscribe. So we as to learn videos about life at sea. Ladies and gentlemen, Third Officer Casey Abigail Chin, our first speaker. She's one of the most beautiful seafarer we will ever witness. Her success to her current career inspired many. She has social media pages and YouTube channels as well. Once again, third officer, Casey Abigail Chin. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to be here with you today to celebrate this year's theme that the International Maritime Organization had launched. Seafarer at the core shipping of future, and to highlight the notable achievements of our seafarers across the high seas. Over the past years, the maritime industry has seen and experienced global crisis, but despite it all, it continues to thrive. Looking back to the worldwide recession of 2008, the world maritime fleet was in the verge of collapsing. Ship owners were financially crippled and numerous seafarers were laid off. One decade passed after the economic crisis, the world is again facing another crisis, the COVID-19 pandemic, which became a wide-scale problem. The COVID-19 crisis has left various industries devastated, from the airlines transportation down to the land transportation and many other industries. Countless companies went bankrupt and a lot of people lost their jobs. And the maritime industry was one of those industries that greatly suffered. Across the high seas of vast uncertainties, the maritime industry has witnessed it all. Seafarers who were on board since the COVID-19 pandemic broke out suffered from mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. Employment contracts were extended due to the closure of ports. Crew change was impossible, and the mental health of our seafarers were undeniably affected. Cruise ships halted its cruising operation, and many of our fellow seafarers were unable to go back to ship, leaving their families hungry and debts in debt. Various companies have imposed stringent health measures, and ports have become more stricter, leaving seafarers even more exhausted. And as a seafarer, I have witnessed it all. Last 2020, I was stuck on board for 12 months, not knowing when would other countries open its border and ease their travel restriction and open its ports for crew change. I can say that this tremendous work patterns from calling of one port to another with the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic has made the lives on board of our fellow seafarers tough. As a matter of fact, 3 months ago, we lost my father in a COVID-19 battle while I was on board the ship. But despite all of this problem, I, along with the many other seafarers who lost their loved ones while serving on board a merchant ship, had endured the agony brought by the effects of the COVID-19. True, pain has no room when you are on board a ship. One can only give up and soldier on, but we, the seafarers, choose to survive. We remain brave and resilient. Today, the International Maritime Organization and its pillars proudly acknowledge the efforts and the services of our seafarers as an essential key workers to the shipping and to the whole world. The seafarers are the unsung heroes of the high seas. We are the modern-day heroes. We are the backbone of the maritime industry. With our help, the maritime industry continues to maintain the flow of global supply chain. We are the frontliners that kept the global economy running. We play a vital role in ensuring that essentials such as goods, medicine, foods, and other basic commodities are safely delivered on time. And as a seafarer, I am proud to be a part of an industry that continues to thrive and grow despite the global crisis we presently face. According to the statistics gathered by the International Chamber of Shipping, and I quote, there are over 15,000 merchant ships trading internationally, transporting every kind of cargoes which are manned by over 1 million of seafarers of various nationalities. The estimated population of seafarers serving on an international trading merchant ships are at almost 1,647,000 seafarers. The Philippines is among the biggest suppliers of the seafarers in the world merchant fleet, together with China, Indonesia, Russia, and Ukraine. And it is safe to say that the global demand for seafarers will continue to rise in the years to come. As we celebrate this year's theme, I want to congratulate all of you for choosing this profession. I want all of you to know that this is not an easy career, but it is a very rewarding one. Always aim for success and achieve your goals no matter what hurdles you encounter along the way. Learn to accept your failures and grow with it. Because you, my dear students, you are the future of the maritime industry. And I look forward for your growth and success as maritime professionals in the years to come. The entire Capital University and the College of Maritime Education is very proud of you.
Dale,
Thank you so much for that very inspirational message to all of us. Once again, please do not forget to subscribe to her channel, KCC Fairy TV. I apologize for the delay. Our internet connection is intermittent. Once again, may we acknowledge the presence of our university president, Attorney Casimiro Juarez, and our university executive vice president, Mrs. Fe Juarez. Ma'am, sir, good morning. Thank you so much for attending our convocation, ma'am, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning,
Sir, good
everyone.
morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, all.
Morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning po,
Morning,
ma'am.
sir.
Sir.
Good
good
morning, all.
morning po.
Morning.
Moving on with our program, our second speaker is also an active seafarer. Her beauty and success inspires many inspiring cadets that endeavors to go on board. But before we proceed, let us witness the College of Maritime Education General Assembly video via presentation. A round of applause for that very amazing video presented by our technical team that reflected our face-to-face classes once before that happened about year or a year and more months that went ago. So once again, our second speaker is also an active seafarer. Her beauty and success inspires many aspiring cadets that endeavors to go on board. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Second Officer Lovely Sahilan. A round of applause, please.
Hi everyone, let me introduce myself first. I am Lovely Helen, Second Officer with a DPO license in a certain offshore company. I completed my academic year at the Capital University in batch 2013. I will show you how one of the offshore vessel work for this kind of the vessel where I'm going to board is PSB or a platform supply vessel where those vessels are giving supply or delivering containers to those oil rigs that are installed in the middle of the ocean. And for this video also, I will show you some of my safety routines and how we load containers on board the vessel. And I hope this can be inspire you to aim and pursue your dream as a successful seafarer someday. And of course, as a crew on board, don't forget your safety first. So this is a bridge control panels. Looks like and our DP controls. We log every details in the official deck logbook. This is a GMDSS station. We log every test on the GMDSS logbook. This is how we prepare our route in the tech. This we don't have a chart, paper chart on board the vessel. And how do the safety routines on board. And checking the extinguishers, AEBD, fire hoses, hydrants, and all safety equipment on board the vessels. We also do the port maneuvering and offshore maneuvering. For the offshore maneuvering, we are now using the DP controls or dynamic positioning operations. That's all. Thank you.
May I request everyone for a round of applause, please? Thank you so much, Second Officer Lovely Sahilan, an OIC for Navigational Watch, for that prestigious speech and inspiring message you've left to us. Indeed, we have learned a lot of things from your video. Before we proceed with our third speaker, may I introduce to everyone, to all cadets for CME, that Capital University merchandise is available as of the moment. So let us present. As part of the income generating project of Capital University Alumni Association Incorporated, we will officially launch the Capital University 50th Anniversary Memorabilia merchandise starting today or as of the moment. These products will be sold exclusively by the CUAA or the Capital University Alumni Association Incorporated. The revenue of this project shall be used to fund and sustain the association's program and activities as well, especially for the CUAA. Student Financial Assistance Program and Full Scholarship Program. As of this writing, we have 5 grantees for financial assistance and 2 for the scholarship program. We hope and plan to give and award more scholarships and cash assistance to Capital University students through this initiative. These products would be perfect for your personal and office gifts. It will also be applicable for gifts and token ideas, especially giveaways. Christmas is just few months and other occasions as well. Lastly, this merchandise is limited edition, which means that it will only be sold for a certain period of time. So for pricing and orders, please send the Capital University Alumni Association through Facebook page for a private message. So our wall clock will be available for only 550 pesos. It has an imprint of the Capital University 50th Memorabilia Anniversary. Also, our tumbler. This is very common when face-to-face classes. Most of our instructors and teachers had this tumbler. This is available for 450 pesos only. Our t-shirt, of course, this is one of the most iconic as students and cadets have been awaiting for this t-shirt. Yes, it is available for only 500 pesos. Our refrigerator magnets or ref magnets that has a print of the 50th anniversary of Capital University. It is available for only 75 pesos. I think this is the cheapest one. Our polo shirt, our iconic polo shirt is available for 650 pesos. Also, they are available in sizes. They are available in various sizes. Our mug is 150 pesos. Our mouse pad, this is very useful as we are all into online classes. Our mouse pad is available for 200 pesos only. Also, our lanyards, which almost everyone is wearing for our face-to-face classes. Before, almost everyone purchased this through gift shop, but this is different right now. We have a new print, which is the 50th anniversary of Capital University. This is available for only 100 pesos. This is very useful because most students are required, no, all of the students and faculty members are required to wear IDs for prior to entering the school. This lanyard will be the one to hold our IDs. Our keychains are also available for only 50 pesos. Correction, I was wrong. This is the cheapest one. I think this is the cheapest one, the keychain. This is available for 50 pesos only. Our iconic university jacket. I think this is the most awaited merchandise for most especially the sport-related people once intrams happened last 2 years ago. University jacket available at 1,500 pesos. Of course, this will be available in various sizes. Our cap, this is available for 250 pesos. That is the last merchandise available. Once again, if you have inquiries, please reach out to the Capital University Alumni Association Incorporated. All merchandise are available as of the moment. And if you are going to order, please send them or forward them a private message to file an order. And I remind everyone that it is a limited edition. So stocks are, as people keep on purchasing, the stocks will be limited. And this is the most awaited part. Ladies and gentlemen, please refer to the presentation as we witness a video about life at sea created by Captain James Michael Lumuntod. A round of applause, please.
In the capital is morning. This is how the captain's day starts. First of all, when I wake up, of course, it will be communication as my priority. I have to see that my inbox is filled up with messages from the company, or if not, then I have to go to other items of the day. Second, very important part is to check the weather. Okay. We are now here in Geelong. From the looks of it, in Geelong, weather is so good. It's good. Outside Geelong is not so good, as you can see. There are developing bad weather conditions, either in the west or in the east side of Geelong, I mean in Australia. So it's a good thing that we are just within the vicinity of Australia, in the southern part. As you know, the southern hemisphere is currently on winter weather, which all started last June 22. After that, weather is already known. Then we have to go to the bridge. Okay, let me go to the bridge and check condition of the bridge. So, second, very important thing to do in the captain is to check ship's position. So right now we are in the bridge and in the port of Geelong. This is, by the way, the FBs. As you can see, vessel is nicely docked, safely docked in Geelong, and we are the southern part of Australia. Okay, then as you can see, the position of the vessel. So during my time when I was second mate, we have the paper charts. But in today's shipping world, paper charts is just a thing of the past. Then when the ship is moving, I have to see to it that also our radar does not pick up any targets that are, of course, a threat to our own ship. Of course, I will tell and remind all my officers to be very cautious and follow collision regulations. Okay, so we have other instruments here like the VHF, which give us or allows us to communicate with other vessels and vessel traffic service within the vicinity to very high frequency or ultra high frequency communication systems. We have the bridge navigation watch alarm system or the BNWAS. We have the AIS, automatic identification system. We have the whistle controller. We have the public address controller. We have the wiper controller. We have the steering gear system and alarms. We have the engine telegraph control panel and the telegraph itself. On the other side, we have the secondary radar. Of course, we have this is the X1. The other one is the S1. And the secondary earpiece. Of course, will do the same thing. You have the secondary VHF as well, required by the regulations. Okay. Controls. You have the steering system from here. We have the Inmarsat C system, 2 units, MFHF system. We have the course recorder. Now it's completely digital. We have the facsimile weather fax receiver. We have the Navtex. It's not receiving anything here in Australia because there are no Navtex stations in Australia. We have the master clock and slave clock panels. We have the echo sounder printer. We have the echo sounder itself. Speed log and 2 independent DGPS, 1 and 2. Okay. After that, after I'm done with all navigational equipments, I will check cargo systems. So this is the cargo systems without even going to the cargo control room. I can see what is going on. They are at this time loading cargo tank 6 port and starboard, cargo tank 4 port and starboard, and cargo tank 2 port and starboard. At the same time, I can also see the ballast systems. What ballast are they doing? For the meantime, it looks like the pump tells us that it's 0, which will tell us that it's not being used as of this time. We have this much of water in the after peak system. We have this much in a 4 peak, 1 wing, and all other tanks. So from the bridge alone, you can already see uh, what is going on. And as I've said, we are presently alongside in Geelong loading light gas oil, same as diesel oil. And by tomorrow, we'll be shifting to the anchorage. And on top of that, we have a wide variety of paper documents and publications here. At the same time, the new system for correcting our FTs and our charts is through the use of Admiralty softwares. We also have digital publications, like, for example, the tides. For example, if we look at our place now in Geelong, we can see the tide tables, which will give us the height of tide at a particular day or date that we need. So, after that, of course, documentation, publication, tour around the bridge and accommodation, an ordinary day of the captain is seeing to it that all systems are working, no other things that are not in its place, and we're all set and good to go. Thank you.
Once again, here is the most awaited part. Ladies and gentlemen, ready your ears as we listen and learn to one of the greatest instructors that we have ever witnessed, a caring person like a father to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome once again Captain James Michael Lumuntod. Sir, good morning. The stage is yours, sir.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you for the presentation of the video also. To the administration headed by our second father, Attorney Casimiro B. Juarez Jr., and to Dr. Faye R. Juarez, the Executive Vice President, our also second mother, to Dr. Amor D. Torres, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, to Dr. Franco Flores, the Vice President for Administration, to the Dean, Second Mate Mark Anthony Badyang, sir, to the head of the Marine Transportation Department, Chief Seth Rama, to the head of the Marine Engineering Department, Chief Engineer Romeo Yakapin, to my fellow instructors, friends, parents, to our beloved students, a pleasant good morning to all. Seafarers at the core of shipping's future. This is this year's World Maritime Day theme. The theme reflects a clear need to raise awareness of seafarers' vital role in world trade and increase their visibility. The focus on seafarers comes as the pandemic has placed extraordinary and unprecedented demands on seafarers. Thousands of seafarers are still facing extended sea times, going months at sea without seeing families and loved ones. The crew change crisis last year and up to this present point in time has highlighted seafarers' exceptional contribution as key and essential workers on the front line of delivering world trade through a pandemic in ordinary times. I too have experienced this havoc, having signed a contract for 6 months that lasted for 8 months due to the imposed procedures and complexity by different health and safety departments of various nations around the world. Seafarers at the core of shipping's future, the team will provide flexibility to all member states of the International Maritime Organization to focus on seafarers as the people at the heart of shipping, while also allowing for activities to delve into specific topics relevant to the role of the seafarers in safety, maritime security, environmental protection, and seafarers' well-being, and the future of seafaring as a whole. Imagine a world without seafarers. Everything stops. No world trade, no exchange, no delivery of goods and items. Quite simply enough, no food for the hungry. Will thrive, the whole world will be in chaos. So therefore, your role and my role are as important as everybody else. The delivery of goods and services to every place around the world, places sometimes described as being beyond our imagination. The pandemic has illustrated more than ever that it is important to ensure the functioning of the global supply chains and the facilitation of the safe and efficient operation of maritime transport. Through these difficult times, the international seafaring community has seen how the ability for shipping services and seafarers to deliver vital goods, including medical supplies and food, has been central to responding and to eventually overcoming this pandemic. This could not happen without the professionalism and dedication of the world's seafarers. The World Maritime Team this year also links with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly on education and training, related to decent work, on innovation and industry, which links to the promotion of a resilient maritime sector, and on gender equality, linked to the efforts to promote seafaring as a career for all, including women. Moreover, the theme can be viewed as an extension of the theme last year, namely sustainable shipping for all, a sustainable planet, as seafarers are at the core of the theme as well. Unless we tackle the problems at hand at the core, we will not be able to effectively and progressively move forward as a community to achieve the desired goals. Last year, numbers are intended to draw us the big picture. Day by day, we are bombarded with statistics on the newspapers, television, and online. Millions have been infected by COVID-19, and the list goes on. The world has seen the vital role of the maritime industry in keeping economies of countries afloat. Shipping is the lifeblood of global economy, as 90% of the world trade is moved by 50,000 more or less merchant ships, manned by more or less 1.6 million seafarers all over the world. More than a quarter of the world's seafarers comes from the Philippines, amounting to 380 to 400,000 Filipino seafarers contributed billions of dollars to the Philippine economy. If this pandemic continues, decent work and economic growth, as well as gender equality among maritime workers, will be greatly affected. Even the good Even the good health and wellness of seafarers on extended contracts and those struggling to go on board are threatened in this grim situation. Amidst the global crisis, we have seen the importance of different institutions working together. Government and stakeholders, public or private, is crucial in saving the workers who drive the lifeblood of global economy. We've seen gaps and challenges in the systems in place, but all the more we should consider this an opportunity to strengthen our partnership to act more effectively. Information is one of the most powerful tools today. Educating the public about the maritime industry is another area that we, as a community, can explore. Since time immemorial, the image of the maritime industry as a man's world has been dragged on from generations to generations. The world must know that the maritime industry is moving forward towards diversity and inclusivity, and this must not be tackled inside the four walls of maritime institutions. It must be echoed by the companies and governments in all corners of the globe. It is equally important to ensure that workers are adaptable to change. Maritime workers must be taught that they are never just one thing. They are not robots programmed to work monotonously. They can upgrade their skills, open up themselves to grow and learn new abilities through trainings and personal development. Their mental health should also constantly be kept in check through regular debriefing and counseling after they disembark. The maritime community must also intensify its campaign for fairness and accountability, especially among high-ranking officers on board. Many instances where intimidated crew are caught in the hierarchy in the ship. This results in their painful decision not to pursue their complaint, assistance, and encouragement. But many employers do care about their crew and act in such cases. These companies can take the lead and start by sharing their best practices and embolden other companies and stakeholders to follow. Reinforcing and empowering the maritime workforce through more accessible training and development is another step towards actualizing gender equality, decent work, and economic growth, and good health and wellness. A workforce reinforced with competent and hardworking individuals is a strong workforce driven to maintain decent work and contribute to economic growth. Likewise, an empowered workforce is a confident, fearless, and mentally ready to face challenges such as inequality, among others. Putting all these efforts together will create a more resilient maritime community. For the past thousands of years, people around the world have been sending goods through the sea. From clothes people wear to the food they eat, almost everything today is brought to them through ships. The shipping industry, also termed as the invisible industry by many, is crucial to the existence of the global economy. Yet, where people have an idea what happens at the high seas, it is an industry which is secretive and fascinating at the same time. But as vital as the industry is to the world and its people, equally important is the work of the brave seafarers who perform one of the toughest jobs in the world by running those massive ships through the roughest seas and riskiest areas. If it hadn't been for them, the global trade would come to a standstill. People would be devoid of their basic necessities, and some nations would find it extremely difficult even to survive. Seafarers are one of the most neglected professions who have been often overlooked not only by international organizations but also by their own countries. If you try to go beyond their smart uniforms and fancy travel schedules, you will be able to see the tough lifestyles they live and the hardships they endure at sea to make sure that the world and its people continue to enjoy their life on shore. 90% of the world's food, fuel, raw material, and manufactured goods are delivered by sea. Nearly all things sold worldwide are transported through ships, which need skilled seafarers like you and me to operate. What would happen to the world if the ships and seafarers didn't work? Needless to say, the world would come to halt and the people would be devoid of their best basic necessities. It is because of these skilled and brave people called seafarers that businesses around the world continue to thrive and people are able to buy the things they desire from their favorite stores. Through the seafarers' work in a close fraternity which is not visible to outsiders, their work is indispensable. It is high time to get the respect and importance they deserve from us. One of the biggest difficulties seafarers face in their life is staying away from their loved ones while they carry out their duties at sea. Missing birthdays, family events, or brother's wedding is the price they pay to ensure that the cargo reaches the people on time. There are many seafarers who have missed every single birthday celebration of their kids. Some haven't been able to attend funerals of their loved ones. It is a tough choice. They, they make to earn a livelihood for their families. But the pain of going away from the family doesn't deter them from performing their duties. Someone has to do the job, and seafarers are tough enough to accept this bitter fact. While people on land celebrate and socialize at every possible opportunity, seafarers continue to toil away at sea to ensure that those celebrations do not stop, even at the cost of their own happiness. Taking cargo from one port to the other often involves facing ugly storms and monstrous waves. A sea isn't as friendly as it seems when watched from the shore. In spite of all the latest technological advancement, a seafarer is at the mercy of nature. But what may come, the cargo has to be shipped to the scheduled location, and that too on the right time. Several ships sink each year because of storms and rough weather, but that doesn't scare a seafarer. They are born for such conditions. He is built tough and has the heart to carry on with his work, and the ship rolls and pitches over huge waves. If you think working in such conditions is easy or fun, then you are highly mistaken. Not everyone can do it, and those working on land can never fathom the hardships one has to face in such an environment. So, while people on land work in extremely cozy offices with amenities, people at sea work through challenging conditions to ensure that businesses around the world do not stop and those on land continue to enjoy their comforts. With an increasing number of stringent regulations related to ships around the world, seafarers are facing grave difficulties not only to ensure their own safety, but also abide by the rules and regulations of the environment and ship protection. Moreover, each country the ship visits has its own law and regulations, which they can freely use to criminalize a seafarer. Most of the times, this is done with the intention to raise revenue or settle political issues. In the past years, several seafarers have been made scapegoats by countries, desperately wanting to prove a point to other nations. Under such acts, seafarers have been treated in the most deplorable manner. Sailing the high seas with all those exotic locations and glamorous uniforms sounds romantic to many people. But most do not know about the hard work seafarers put every day and the night to run those ships under machinery. Ships of every seafarer who has been sailing for years must have reached the best places in the world, such as New York, Hong Kong, Tokyo, etc. But for the majority of seafarers, all these beautiful places either look like the ship's engine room or upper deck. Gone are the days when seafarers had the luxury of prolonged stays at port. Today, a ship is loaded and unloaded in nearly 24 hours, leaving no time for shore leaves. Moreover, port means additional work, sometimes involved continuously working for 18 hours at a stretch. With increasing threats from terrorists, most countries do not even allow shore leave to seafarers, leaving them with no option but to stay on board. Would you like if someone made you work for several hours and then restricted you from stepping out of your office premises? Of course not. But the seafarers work happily under these circumstances and deadlines, not because there is no other option, but because they know the importance of their work and delivering of the cargo on time. while people on land have the luxury to call their loved ones. And when they want, seafarers often have to wait until they reach land to find a decent communication facility. Even today, most of the seafarers are devoid of a decent mode of communication. Seafarers are often seen as happy-go-lucky people who are always flashing a broad smile both on and off board ship. But there is a lot more to them. They are probably one of the very few people in the world who understand the true value of family and work. With the type of difficulties they face at sea, seafarers know very well how to make the most of the free time and enjoy to the fullest, even to go to their head. They continue with their duties even if the world, governments, and companies continue to ignore them, for they know their time, both on ship and on land, is limited, and making the most of that is the only option they have. Going forward, a symbolic initiative to unite maritime community and raise awareness of the vital contribution of shipping to the world. The International Maritime Organization has chosen this year a year of action for seafarers who are facing unprecedented hardships due to the pandemic, despite their vital role as key workers for the global supply chains. In a message issued on the World Maritime Day, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, I renew and I quote, I renew my appeal to the governments to address their plight by formally designating seafarers and other marine personnel as key workers, ensuring safe crew changes, implementing established protocols, and allowing stranded seafarers to be repatriated and others to join ships. Before I go further, let me share with you a very strong message to reflect on. Learning builds confidence. Confidence strengthens performance. Therefore, the development of one reflects the other. At any forum in which I am called upon to speak, I will share this impetus to you, my brothers and sisters in arms, and I quote, the sea profession is not for all. We could have been doctors or engineers or educators, or for some, enjoying their fortune. But you are here. The vast ocean has called your name, and you have responded. In your veins, although you not knowing it, streams the blood of the great navigators and sailors before our time. With this, I conclude my speech, and I wish you all fair winds and smooth seas. Thank you, and have a pleasant morning to all.
Mic check test. Mic check test. Hello, hello, mic check. Once again, thank you so much, Captain James Michael Lumuntod, for that prestigious and very informative speech that made enlightenment to all of us as aspiring seafarers soon. Indeed, you have imposed to us a very great inspiration for all of us, sir. Thank you so much, sir. May we request for a message from our university president, Attorney Casimiro B. Juarez Jr., for his speech for this morning. Sir?
Good morning, everyone. Good
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning,
Yes.
sir.
This is an ambush because I was never told that I am supposed to make a speech. This is mostly and grossly unfair, but nevertheless, as a good soldier, I must obey first before I complain. So, uh,
Yes,
again, good morning, everyone. Uh, Good morning, Mr. James. You made a very good speech, and I would like to adopt that speech if you would allow me. And of course, I would like to greet all the faculty members of the College of Maritime Education of Capital University, one of the, I should say, I would say one of the best maritime schools that we have, because as they say, according to the United States Marine Corps, it's hard to be humble if you're the best, and if you're good. Okay? So I would like to congratulate each and every one of you. I'm sure one time in your life, our faculty members now were also seafarers actually in the sea, not seafarers in the classroom. I'm sure you had your experience of uh, being on a ship and facing the perils of the ship and the perils of the sea. And you know that the sea is a very unstable environment, and it has, in fact, taken so many lives of people, especially on board ships manned by officers that were not very prepared to meet the dangers of the ocean. So it is this challenge that I would like you to live up to, of developing our young people to become very good seafarers. And what does it take to become a good seafarer? I think Captain James has said it. One of the things that is required of you is discipline. If you are not disciplined, there is no way that you will survive the ocean. You must be able to discipline yourself. You must be able to develop and hone your skills and knowledge to the fullest, so that we will be averting emergencies. As you know, emergencies at sea takes a heavy toll in lives and property. And I think you remember the history of the world's biggest sea accidents, like the Titanic, for instance, which took how many? 2,000 or 3,000 lives and a lot of fortune with it. And that's only one. In the local setting, we have a lot of accidents at sea. And more often than bad weather, accidents at sea are caused by errors, human error, human negligence, arising from lack of discipline and lack of proper skills and knowledge. So the big challenge for our faculty is to make sure that you yourself are equally equipped to teach our students how to be a good seafarer. You must continuously arm yourself and equip yourselves with the modern technology. It does not mean that because you are a seafarer before you will be already a good teacher. No. There are many things that have come up now, many new developments, many new equipment and facilities, just like as what was shown a while ago. And you have to keep yourself up to date on the knowledge of that. And also, you must be able to command the respect of your students. And the students, of course, must be receptive. As I have said before, no matter how you force the horse to drink in the river, if it does not like to drink, it will never drink. You will just drown it. So the students must try to also drink in the river of knowledge and take in as much knowledge and skills as possible. And that can only be attained through discipline and hard work and perseverance. So remember, as has been said, a life at sea is very, very dangerous. But it is also a good life if you will be able to persevere. So take heed and take your professors, like Captain James and the other professors there, as your models. They are now enjoying their lives, a good life. And of course, there is no exchange for family life, but they're trying to manage somehow. So to all of you, present seafarers, past seafarers, and future seafarers. On the occasion of the 50th anniversary of Capital University, a pioneer maritime school in the country, I wish you good luck. As I've said, fair wind, smooth and following seas. Good morning.
A round of applause, please, everyone. Thank you so much, Attorney Casimiro B. Juarez Jr., our university president, for that very warming and welcoming message that you have left to all of us. We are honored to have your presence this morning, sir. Thank you so much for lending us your time. Once again, a round of applause, please. As a token of gift and gratitude to all of our speakers this morning, may I mention that a certificate of appreciation will be given personally soon. So to move on with our program, may I call on Cadet Third Mate January Elio, the College of Maritime Education Student Body Organization third year representative, for his closing remarks.
Thank you, Cadet Dale Don Hadap, our very own MC. Good morning, everyone. It's been a pleasure being with all of you today, especially to our university officials. University President, Attorney Casimiro Juarez Jr., sir, good morning. And also to our Executive Vice President, Dr. Faye Juarez, ma'am, good morning. To our dearest Dean, Second Mate Mark Anthony Badiang, sir, good morning. And also to our very supportive advisor, Dr. Romeo Minosa Jr. And to our all CME instructor, good morning. To our guest speakers who takes time to give their overwhelming and gratifying message, good morning also. It is an honor to be among such accomplished individuals and to be able to present our perspective before you all. Thank you all for being here today and taking the time and patiently listen to what we had to present. I wish you all a blessed day and have a good day. Thank you and good morning.
A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Cadet Third Mate January Elio, for that prestigious speech of closing remarks. Once again, I remind all cadets that there will be an attendance to be filled out recently, 0900 hours, and we await for further instructions. For those who have sent me queries, there are a lot of queries actually that they have not submitted their attendance on time. Let us wait for the instructions. As I have said, our representatives have not lacked with their information. All information regards to this convocation have been sent prior to this day. I also remind all cadets that there will be a reflection paper. The reflection paper is handwritten and it is a requirement.
Cadet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, I set the attendance 12 o'clock, but I think we are now we are about to end our program. So please remind the cadets that at the end of the program I am going to stop. No, I'm going to stop accepting response for the attendance.
Understood, sir. Copy, sir.
It's I set it 12 o'clock, but what's the use of setting it 12 o'clock when in fact it's 10:31, maybe we are nearing the end of the program. So at the end of the end of our program, um, responses or the Google form will I'm going to stop accepting responses from the form. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Copy, sir. Understood. So repeating our dean, second mate Pajang's instruction. Uh, then the attendance have been set or had been set at 1200 hours, but our program is about to end. So uh, our dean will stop accepting responses by the time our program ends. To move on with our program, may I ask our very own dean, our very ever supportive dean, second mate Mark Anthony Badyang, for his words of acknowledgement. Sir, good morning once again, and the stage is yours, sir.
Uh, good morning, everyone. No, first of all, I would like to express my warmest our heartfelt gratitude to the College of Maritime Education Student Body Organization for making this uh, for making this possible. No, actually, this was planned to be during the um, Maritime Week, but we they prioritized the orientation for first year and transferees. I would like also to extend my gratitude to the speakers. Sa second mate Lovely Sahilan, third mate Casey Abigail, and most especially to Captain James Michael Lomontod. No, and of course, no, I would like also uh, to extend my gratitude to Dr. Romeo Mendoza uh, for being at the helm or being at the as the father of the student body organization. Congratulations, everyone, and again, uh, let us hopefully we're going to have another program or another event like this one, maybe during the second semester, and we're going to get uh, other resource persons so that students can be encouraged, no, to continue with their dreams. Thank you very much.
A round of applause, please. Thank you so much to our ever supportive dean, second mate Mark Anthony Badyang, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for leaving us words of acknowledgement. Our program is about to end, but before we end, uh, the reminders are still imposed, reminding every cadet that is in this live stream to remind also their classmates, which are currently having problems of internet connection, of power outage, to please inform them to whatever happened in this morning. And to all of these people who are sending me queries, please, the instructions have been clearly uh, instructed by our very own dean that the attendance will be have been set with the time 1200 hours, but uh, as our program is about to end, He will also stop accepting responses as our program will end. Thank you so much. To move on with our program, to formally close our program rather, let us refer to the presentation for our closing prayer, the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Capital University Hymn. I thank everyone, to the cadets who have attended this convocation this morning. We also extend our gratitude to our instructors, to our speakers, and to our ever supportive Dean, Second Mate Mark Anthony Badiang. Once again, sir, thank you so much for your for attending us and lending us your time for this convocation. We also extend our gratitude to our university president, Attorney Casimiro B. Juarez Jr., and Dr. Fe Juarez, for our executive vice president of the university, for lending us their time, their special time to attend our said event. Our program has officially ended. All glory to God, and thank you so much for your attendance. Our convocation has officially ended.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Fe.
Thank you.
Attorney,
Thank you daw.
salamat po.
Thank you.
Sir
Salamat
Mark,
sa
Sir.
tanan.
fellow instructors,
Salamat,
congratulations,
salamat sa tanan.
CME, SBO officers.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
congratulations mga dudoy.
Congratulations to all.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
sir.
Keep safe. Everybody, keep safe.
Keep safe, sir.
Bye-bye.
Salamat, sir.
Goodbye, and
Bye,
thank you
sir.
so much, sir.